We're live. Yeah, we're live now.
Stop picking my nose in.
That might be a good idea. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was windy. It was real windy earlier. It is starting to die down a little bit, but it was bad enough. I was cooked breakfast for dinner tonight. You know, I had scrapple going out there. I had some country breakfast sausage. I actually had some uncured beef bacon. Fried some eggs. I was going to live it up, man. But it got so windy, I had to bring everything inside.
Yeah, been there, done that. My last video I did, it was such a pain in the ass. It just started. The wind just picked up. I was that chili video. I don't know if you guys caught it, but it was. I used the gas grill to heat up the base and everything, and the wind kept picking it up and just blowing out the flame. So I had to keep turning it on a few times, and then right when I started pouring all the seasoning, it just blew away right in my face. It was really
been
bad.
there, done that. Yeah.
I didn't catch it on camera, but it was pretty funny because it was just like I was like, oh shit, like there's cumin. I smell cumin in my
Yeah, I've done it on camera. I'm sitting there doing this, and all of a sudden, it's just blowing everywhere but where it should be, you know.
Yeah.
My service could still be sketchy. I just saw. It looks like I froze up for a minute.
Oh, okay.
My internet went off last night. It was off about an hour and a half. We had a bunch of storms moving in, but they hadn't gotten here yet. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about. It come back on. It took about an hour and a half, and it was back on. Uh-oh. Lance just froze.
Lance froze. He's thinking really hard. We should just stay like that until he comes back.
Well, at least the live's up and going. We can carry on.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
Man, he's back.
I don't like when that stuff happens, but what do you do? I feel like I'm unprofessional, but I can't. Nothing I can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it, man. You're at the mercy of the power company and the internet provider.
Well, I was getting ready to say though. You're talking about the storms you didn't get. They're saying in our news that like 13 people were killed due to the storms in Alabama.
Yeah, they killed. There was over 30-something people killed from Missouri. God, I think Texas. I forget all the states. I didn't hear of anything in this state, but they had a lot of tornadoes. But all that was north of me. Right here on the coast, we always seem to skate by. We're like on the. If you ever look at the map, you'll see them frontal lines coming in. When it hits the Gulf of Mexico, it's like a tail, like a little tail. That's what hits us most of the time. So, that's a good thing. But we do get the brunt of a hurricane when they come in.
Georgianne, I haven't seen her in a couple months. She ain't been around. She don't come around as much as she used to. Who was that one channel? Something about. Before I lose everything, I want to thank all y'all for coming back in here too. Hopefully everything sticks and I don't lose the power again. I don't see any trucks out there or anything. So,
what caused the power?
I'm going to say something fell onto the line is what I'm going to say. But
yeah. You said high winds.
You Lance must have hit the end button, the end live button.
Right, yeah, no, I even sent a message to Jody over the phone. I said, "Man, I was starting to worry about like, what do I do about these tanks?
Yeah.
I've never been to a power outage with all these new tanks, but I think we're good. We're definitely good now.
What you need to do is just put a bunch of ice cubes into the tank. Keeps it cold, and you're good.
Yeah. Well, she was saying something about, and I actually thought about I was like spreading my hand around. Who's this? My orange Jeep? I have no idea. New person, and they're a moderator. How'd they get a moderator?
Someone changed their name.
Okay. My arm's cheap. Don't know 'em.
Yeah, they
I think
they
it's some
changed their name on you.
Avatar.
Changed their name on them on you.
Yeah. Is that a moose? In the looks the Avatar. I see a scenery. It looks like, but whomever you
Oh
are,
yeah, Kip.
hello, hello, and thank you for coming in. But if I didn't finish it, thank you all for coming back. I do appreciate you. See if we can't make this thing work. JP, I know you're tired, girl. We had a auction last night for fish related stuff, and she gets up like 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning to start her day, and I think she was up last night till probably 11. She has children to tend to and a husband to tend to, so I admire her. I stayed up to about 2:30 and I crashed, but I was up. I slept in too. Yeah, I knew. You're absolutely right, Hojo. House janitor would be nice. I looked into it, but I was just telling Jody that we so very rarely lose power around here, and they're pretty good. I mean, all of our power lines are above ground, which sort of stinks, but they work hard at keeping all the trees and branches and everything cut back like 10, 15 foot away from the power lines
Yeah.
up in the road. So I mean, there's going to be some areas, but
There's
um,
subdivisions around here that's all underground, but my house where I'm at, it's all on telephone poles
yeah, that's where
because
we're at.
this house was built in the late '60s, I think, and but things that were built like even mid '70s, a lot of that's underground, but
Yeah,
it just depends on which neighborhood you go into.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do over here when they rebuild the Palisades and Altadena. They've already said they're gonna bury all of their power lines. There's not gonna be any power lines up anymore. It's all gonna be underground.
That's the best
So,
way. It sure looks
yeah.
better, you know.
yeah,
It definitely looks
that's
better, and it would. Well, case in point, so this is a rural area, and there is still a lot of power lines that are above the ground, and I'm not too sure what happened, but beginning of this week, there was a tree trimmer guy that actually struck a power line cutting trees and killed him just this week. So
Yeah,
you
dangerous
never
stuff.
know. Yeah, you never know around here, but
I know my dad used to run a chain link and privacy fence business, privacy and chain link fence. And before a lot of the jobs we were doing, a lot of these subdivisions that were underground, so we'd have to call the utilities to come out there and spray paint where all their stuff was at.
yeah.
We had to drill holes to install these fences, and that was every job. You had to get them out there before you could go out there and start drilling.
I
It's
gotta go
still like
back.
that,
Yeah, I
huh?
gotta go back. I gotta go back into Nightbot and see if I can't get that thing straightened out.
he's probably not woken up. Maybe there's something.
Well, but last Sunday it was the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It got turned off by accident, or you just got to go in there and turn it back on or something.
Yeah, my husband used to be a lineman, storm duty always. Yeah, actually, probably one of my best friends in the area here. His son-in-law works for a local power company. Yeah, it's scary. He actually used to, when he first got into it, he enjoyed it so much he went to South Florida, took the family and everybody, bought a house, went to South Florida so he could chase some of them other storms. He just was
Yeah.
into it, but not no more. Troy V, what's up, buddy? Hope you didn't come in early looking for me. I'm so glad it came back on because in the back of my head, it's like, man, in 4 years' time, I probably haven't missed. I bet you I can count on one hand how many times that I've not gone live on Sunday in 4 years, and I think I'd still have a finger and a thumb left. I don't think I've left more than four
I
Sundays.
remember. Yeah, I remember you guys doing it a lot when you guys first started. So I think that was probably the last of them. You know,
Yeah,
I remember you guys skipping out on a Super Bowl like that first year.
I see. I don't
And
remember that one, but
yeah, and then maybe like a Father's Day or a Mother's Day in there somewhere.
it could be, like I say, but very rarely. I just,
Yeah.
to me, I'm just sort of old school. You
And I
make a
think
commitment. You make a commitment to something, and that's what you do. Annie, how you doing, Annie? Glad you could come, Andy.
Annie, Lance recognizes your cough. He says hi.
Make sure just to tell her I said thank you for coming.
No, and yeah, I also remember that it was a lot of it was George, right? I remember him because you guys would trade off. So I think a lot of those Sundays it would be his call not to do it on
Yeah,
his
well,
on
he
his.
started when he went back when he got released from what's it, PT, whatever they call it, like no LD, light duty, is that what it is? When he got back from was released from that,
Yeah,
um, he was hitting it pretty hard. But there was a couple times I think he took a day off here or there because he was really, sort of kind
yeah,
of feeling it, getting back in the groove. And
yeah.
what's up, Cecil? Much appreciated, buddy. This guy is Virginia out by. Oh, he's Lynchburg. He's east of Charlottesville. Thank you, Troy. I know I already said it, but I want to say it again. Judge Wepner, uh, the towels should be here this week. I already ordered them. Actually, I have another job. I'm going to do some towels for upcoming wedding, just as a little fundraiser type thing for the family. But so hopefully they say they already shipped them.
Did somebody say towels?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that is
I
some
had to
one.
take them down today. They've been hanging here forever, and I was looking for something in particular, and they were behind it. Well, I thought
Yeah,
they were behind it. Actually, they were over here, but I took them all down. I got to hang them back up now.
yeah, that's a lot of towels. You're winning some
Yeah,
towels. We were
that
giving
was
away
all
some
them
towels.
giveaways y'all used to give. I won. I don't know how
Yeah,
many. There's probably at least 15. I know.
yeah,
You
that one
Yeah,
towel with my logo on it. I just feel bad for using it. Like it's supposed to be being used, while you're grilling and stuff. But I just feel bad for getting it
Well,
dirty.
I've got a couple of my logos inside of a duffel bag that I used to
Yeah,
bring with me to Derek's house when I shot videos over there. I would show them in the cook
yeah,
somewhere. All
yeah,
these right here that I just showed you, those are other channels.
yeah.
And I showed a few of them on other videos, but I'm just going to hang on to them. Nothing else I
yeah.
can do.
They're gonna be worth a lot of money one day, Russ. You're gonna be glad you
Yeah,
have them.
yeah, I'll hang
Yeah,
on to them about
yeah,
30
those,
years from now. Let's see, I'll be 96. I'll sell them on eBay.
All it takes is just one of those guys to just be rich and
you
famous.
never know. I remember that guy called him Sleeper. I want to get his towels. I don't
Yeah.
even have one of my own towels. That's a God's honest truth. I don't even have
Really?
one of my own towels.
Wow. I'd done that first. That's crazy.
But
What's up, Judge?
we probably gave away, shoot, I know probably a couple hundred towels. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cecil, I just got my power back on maybe 40 minutes ago.
Lance was going broke with all them giveaways. My
Yeah.
goodness. I gave away a lot of stuff, man.
Well, fortunately, I had a lot of help with
Yeah, that's true.
Kyle Alexander really helped out a lot with
I
that
remember
stuff.
that. He was a big help.
Yeah, he was a blessing on that in that department.
I've been at my youngest son's house today. his girlfriend, they're not married or anything, but they bought that house together and everything. And her parents come down from Philadelphia. I got to meet all of them and everything. And anyway, my God, I'm gonna have to have a talk with that boy and teach him how to buy the proper amount of food for people.
Uh,
He had God knows how much catfish that we fried,
Yeah.
big, huge bags of hush puppies. We had 3 racks of these trim baby back ribs and pink
Yeah.
chicken. It's an Asian dish
huh,
that some people that were over there, the girl is Asian. I think she's Vietnamese. And she did the marinade for that. That's why they call it pink chicken. Done that. Burgers, all kind of burgers, and I'm just tidbitting on this, that, and the other. And I got home, I'm like, man, I'm hungry. I didn't eat enough. He had that was my fault because God knows he had enough food there.
yeah.
Jesus Christ! Somebody told me he spent $500 just on the food for a gathering. It's like,
Yeah.
good God, I might have to have a talk with that boy.
Lance had five Amish in the basement on a treadmill.
Yeah, I was talking to Tarina on the way home. I said, me and you, because she used to work out with me. When I first met her, I was a gym rat and she was going to the gym with me. I'm like, we need to go back to doing that again just to exercise. Me and her
Yeah,
both, because we're both
yeah.
older, and she's lost all kind of weight from what
Just
she.
walk,
That's
just
nice.
walking around the neighborhood. You'd be surprised. Just
Yeah,
going out.
my problem is, I mean, I got these hips that are just. I can park in Lowe's parking lot. By the time I get to the front door at Lowe's, I can't hardly walk. I got to stop. My
Really?
hips are bad, and these muscles tighten up. And I have to stop,
Okay.
relax, and I'll walk a little bit, and I have to stop. And something about my hips, they're just I
Your
don't
hips
know.
don't lie, Russ.
But I can do resistance weights and training, and that's just as effective.
Yeah.
And the reason I know because I've done it in the past and
Right.
got healthy as heck just from resistance training. Yeah, I can do all that. Everything functions fine, other than my daggum hips. Yeah.
No, that's for NBL.
What's up, NBL?
There's a few new people in here, so I want to thank y'all for coming back. We tried. I was 10 minutes before I was going live, and I was actually on G
What's
and
up, Eric?
C. G and C went live, so I went to go show him some love for a little while. Gabriel on his channel, and
Hips don't lie.
I was about 10 minutes from going live, and everything just went black. We had a windstorm. Cecil and I are about 3 hours apart from each other, and we had a windstorm and lost everything. I said, no way, not right now. But I appreciate y'all coming back. We're here earlier.
Jody.
NBL, let's tighten it up, buddy. Everybody else beat you. J Buzz, I'm trying to figure. I don't have your email.
On.
Whizzle Aquatics. Whizzle, we thank you. I would ask you to type in 805, but it's not working right now, which is a bummer. Let me try it again.
Hey, Eric, you're going to have to bring that war wagon down to Mississippi if you want me to weld it. I'm hooked up, brother. Bring it on down. I'll do all the welding you need. It's going to take you bringing it down here.
Is that was it Bwizzle? Yeah. Is that Eric?
Yeah, Eric,
Okay.
Wisconsin. Yeah.
Oh, that Eric. I saw
Yeah,
this
that
Bwizzle.
Eric. Wisconsin Eric.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I did. I just caught him, but this one. Lep sent me. Okay. All right. Thank you
Oh, I
very
don't
much,
know.
buddy. I said it's a new. I was getting ready to say it's a new name, but at the same time I saw Eric came in here. But where did he go? Okay.
Yeah, I seen Eric earlier. I kind of popped into Tommy's live for a little bit, and Eric was in there.
What's up, Eric?
Ain't seen none of you guys in a while.
Yeah.
I got to see Eric live and in person back in July of last year at the Iola Car Show again.
Yeah.
Always a lot of fun.
Georgia Mike, how's it going, buddy?
Eric worked his butt off, man, up there this year. Well, he worked his butt off that other year I went. But he really did this year or last year.
Bwizzle, are you freshwater, saltwater? I'm not even familiar with the name.
Who's that?
Bwizzle. Is it Bwizzle? Yeah, Bwizzle.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Because we got some fish community people in the chat right now, but I don't know. I haven't really seen your name, but I'm new to the fish community too, so that could very well be it. Oh, he knows Jody.
Whistle
Speaking of fish, man, we fried up all kind of catfish today and hush puppies.
Is that right? I
Yeah,
love
it was good
catfish.
too.
I love a blackened catfish, but my most favorite fish of
Oh, were you
all
tuned in, Chris?
is
He must
perch.
have been watching. Chris must have been watching Booze live last night. We did drop a few pestle bombs.
All right, Jody. I was wondering because he's new to me, but I'm new to the fish family.
Looks like Whistle knows Lep.
Yeah, he said Lep sent him, but Jody and he know each other, or she. I'm not sure if Bwizzle is a he or she, but they know each other, and he knows Elfish. I haven't seen him around, but
Elfish.
Dave. I bought some fish from him last night at the auction. I don't know if I could show them. Those Montes. Let me see if I can show them. There's rainbow fish right here. See if we can't share this here. Go back into StreamYard. Nope, not that one. We open up this one here and it says invite. Ooh, that's not it. How do you do? Oh, present, not invite. Present. Share screen.
Don't end the live, Lance.
Share screen. Share screen respects on your monitor. I'm just gonna share screen. Here it is. Is that showing up?
Yeah.
I just ordered those from that Elfish guys in the chat.
Oh, nice.
I won an auction with those last night. Are they badass?
Like a rainbow.
That's actually what they are. They're called rainbows.
Look at that.
Bose Monty is or rainbow is I guess the classification, the breed, whatever. But the specific species is what they call Bose Monty. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
Can't wait. I wasn't even planning on everything coming together. What's up, Big Steve Glass Boxes? What's up, Steve? Brother Steven, how's it going? So I just got the koi out of this 75-gallon tank and into the pond because the weather finally got warm enough. And this auction comes along. I was like, man, I'd love to have some Bosemani fish. And he had a giveaway for 500 subs Friday night. And he said something about selling some of those fish at the auction for Saturday night. And of course, I won the auction, so now I've got to get this tank all turned around from dirty old koi's to more cleaner tropical fish. But so he is a gentleman enough that he's going to sit on it for another week. Dave, we could probably ship towards the end of the week, maybe even sooner than that. But I do want to get you paid, without a doubt. Good news. Xfinity is calling Comcast and letting me know my power's back on. That was 50 minutes ago.
I don't think it works, NBL. I think the Nightbot is still under the old time.
Oh, you know what? That could be it. I didn't think about that. I tried at MBO and I went in there because I'm not a computer person. I did go in Nightbot
You're
after
not,
the
Lance?
live.
I'm shocked.
Um, but I went in there and I didn't see anything wrong with it. But I'm like I say, I'm not a computer person. But I think it's great, being able to go in there and do things. Do I be just
What else
post
can
data
what
file.
else can Nightbot do?
It can block people. It can do a lot of stuff. I'm not again none of the stuff that I'm really aware of that well, but I'm trying to find my live right now so I can make Rick a moderator.
Yeah.
There it is. Hey,
Eric
okay.
says he should have made a video of his restoration of his camper. Yeah, you should have.
Yeah, you should have. There's a guy. Munchie Mafia has this CV. They Wait a minute. I can't do two things at one time. Add as a moderator. We'll catch back up here to I guess Rick. Got Big Steve. All these new people coming here. Add Cecil.
Let me time Rick out before you make him a moderator.
I'm trying to catch up because what's good is that when you're a moderator, you can go to you can just go to these other channels and sub, watch them, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a link posted to be able to visit their channel, which is great. Tim Mitchell, I don't think I got Tim either.
What kind of camper is it, Eric? Is it one you pull behind a truck, or one that sits on the back of a truck, or what do you got there? Just curious.
I'm surprised some of these aren't. What happened to Rick? There he is. Oh, he deleted his message.
He got timed out.
Oh, turkeys.
No,
There you go.
he just commented.
All right, Rick. I think I got. I don't know if I got buzzed or not. The moderator. All right, I think I got everyone. I'm afraid to refresh. So I'll lose the channel if I refresh. Why ain't Rick showing up?
Because he got timed out.
Why don't he have a blue wrench?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, we talked about this last time. Remember? I think he needs to refresh. Like it doesn't.
Oh, refresh on their end?
Yeah, last time we had that. Remember where you kept giving somebody a wrench and it wasn't
Okay.
turning them blue, but then they did something on their end.
That could be it. Rick and Tim, if y'all would refresh on your end, I've just tried to make you moderator again, and I've already refreshed on my end. CV, she flipped over to and Eric did too.
Yeah, I think it was last time. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't update as quickly as. Who knows?
Blizzle didn't.
Yeah, he did. I think he looked like he refreshed it. It didn't work.
Blizzle?
No, Rick.
Okay. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, because I think he refreshed and it still is not working. It's still that blue.
Try that again. Added a moderator. What did Cecil just delete?
I don't know.
Unless it's because I'm just doing too many of them at one time.
Could be.
I'm sitting out in the squirrel cage. Where is he at? I don't see him in the downstairs. Oh, you know what? I'm not on that page right now. I'm on another tab. There, I see Rick
Oh, there
back.
it is. Yeah, he's blue now.
Run up the page real quick. Any others? I know I did. Jay Buzz. I know I did him. Oh, it says no. If I do anything to Jay, it's going to remove him as one.
Mm.
All right, I think I caught up. Let me get back down here. Jay, I don't see you downstairs in the basement or anything. Yeah, everybody's good now.
I got your messages, Eric. Very nice.
Cecil didn't though.
Heck yeah. You gonna bring that to the car show this year? Or just hunting trips or what? I like that back glass.
There's a channel that I watch.
Oh, he's got some more of them. He just
He does like HO trains, the hobby trains, restorations and stuff. And he actually has a business where he does motorhomes, campers, all that kind of stuff, restoration. Cecil, there you go. You got it. So everybody should be blue now. And if you want Yunt to, just go around and check other channels out.
heck
Say
yeah.
hello.
Nice, Eric.
Great.
Blue, 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 blue.
Taking it to Iowa by Kent for Father's Day barbecue comp. Then to awesome.
Belt Loop, I saw you as YouTube police Friday night, and Elfish is live. I think it was his 500 sub giveaway. I said hello to you twice, but I guess you didn't want to be associated with me over there in that other channel.
Associated.
Alloon, what's up, buddy?
He didn't recognize you, he said.
I do too a lot of lies. Sorry, I didn't see you. That's all right.
Gotcha, Eric.
You didn't win anyway. I was looking out for you. You checked out, said you had to cut out. You're tired, and then about 10 minutes later, your name was drawn where you were. Okay, I sent another. Oh, email. Okay, got it that time, Jay. Let me see here. Let me do this. Copied. Do this. Let me do this. Let me do this.
I'm eating California almonds.
They say shouldn't eat with so much of them things. Is that true?
I don't know.
All right, Jay.
Almonds are good for you if you eat them raw. These are raw, no salt, no nothing, just raw.
I like almonds.
I do too.
I'm trying.
One of them
The other one.
superfoods.
Yeah, the other one that I get a kick out of are pistachios. You can eat those things just.
I'm trying to give up. I'm trying to break my habit of potato chips, man. I'm telling you what, I'm the biggest potato chip fanatic in the world. I'll eat a family size bag if I try hard. It'll last me 2 nights. So
Lance,
sir.
start eating almonds, and by the time you're 67, you'll look as good as me.
Oh yeah.
So I love cold vegetables.
Almost.
I do. I really love cold vegetables, and so I went
I
out and I
do
bought
too. Yeah.
like broccoli, carrot sticks, celery sticks, radishes, and I came in. And I said, I don't want to make a dip because then I'm just defeating the purpose of eating a vegetable stick. You know, sitting there smothering it with a ranch dip or something. So I said, you know what? I'll get smart here. So I took SPG and I put everything over into a gallon Ziploc bag, and I shook the hell out of some SPG inside the bag. And then I,
Yeah.
shook them all around. I went out there to get some last night, and I guess the salt and the SPG made every piece of vegetable in there soft,
Really?
like
Yeah.
like spongy. And there was
Probably.
probably about a good inch and a half of water at the bottom of the
Yeah.
bag. I guess where it just was a dry brine for veggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just drained the liquid off, and I've been nibbling on them still. I still got to go out and get some more. I can't
It's,
eat
it's
that.
a it's a
I
guy
want
nice
crunchy.
little science experiment.
Yeah, I want crunchy. I don't want spongy.
Yeah, me too. Same
Jay,
thing.
were you in Randy's garage?
Now,
Hey, Christine. Man, my phone is catching up to me now.
I think Randy's back in Texas. I seen a post on Facebook where he was doing some Texas fajitas.
Yeah, yep, I did see that. I know there ain't nothing. Look at that, there's a live squirrel up in there.
Ed, I'm in the squirrel cage, man. I'm 20 minutes from you right now up in Waldorf.
Oh, you go down there. Where they Forest Park? Is that what it's called, Forest Park?
Oh, well, park now. That's where my brother lives. I'm over towards like where Sam's Club is.
Where who?
Sam's Club is.
Sam's Club. Oh, Waldorf.
Yeah.
Okay, you're breaking up.
I'm just down the street from there. My cousin's got we're out in his shed, and well, he just ran in the house, but he's got a squirrel, and just like the squirrel cage.
Yeah. Okay. I just happened to see that squirrel move. I said, "They got a damn squirrel inside there." Christy
Yeah,
would love that.
that's Twiggy. That man loves his squirrel.
Is that right?
What's going on with you?
Not much. Yeah. I don't. Do you love that squirrel? Because you should have got keeping a good eye on it.
Well, he never comes down when I'm here. It's like the first and I've been back that she's actually came down while I'm here.
All right.
She's like skeptic of him.
Trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
man.
that?
Man,
Who
I
that?
come down there and visit you. And I'm only like I said, I'm 20 minutes from you right now.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I would suggest please just call first because I can get a phone call 5 minutes from now and say you ready for work.
So you got a phone number.
Huh?
I say you got to email me your phone number.
Oh, okay. Change your phones. I used to have your phone number.
I gave you my phone number, but you never gave me yours.
Oh, I thought I replied to it.
No, you never called me. I mean,
Yeah,
Simon.
Lance got a new number.
There's all kinds of people going live.
Who?
Texas barbecue brisket. Oh, no way. Rick just shared a picture of me with a tube of Pringles potato chips. Texas barbecue brisket Pringles.
Yo, got these today. Check it out.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, those are good.
Hey, check
Oh
these.
yeah, the old base. Yep.
Easter and the potato chips. Yeah, I was over at Forest Park. Yeah.
I remember you saying something the other day about it.
Hmm?
I remember you saying something last week.
What's
What's up, Gabriel? This is the one that just. Gabriel, was that your first? Dang, going. Was that your first live today, Gabriel?
There's another plug. I have to put this fish there.
Anyways, Lance, this is my cousin Terry.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Terry.
What's up, Terry?
Hey, I learned how to do a little bit of body work. I mean, it's something I can show you.
This is what I was telling you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're the one you were talking about before. I haven't got to that before. I've got the MIG welder now. I was
Cool.
waiting for the weather to warm up a little bit, and that's about where we're getting at right now. So, the repair panels. I mean, it's an Amazon thing or eBay thing. That's about the cheapest. I'm 66 years old, so they don't have to last 40 years.
Damn, you're old.
Damn, it's ancient.
For 48 years. I hate it. I do this every life.
Yeah, this is the one I was saying. If I need you need me to hook you up with him, he can.
No, we'll hook up. I mean, shit, you're down the street.
Right.
He's a friend of mine, brother. I mean, we've lived here 20 years. Right here in here in Waldorf. But no, that's what I do. I've done body work most of my whole life.
And my brother-in-law's one of his little brothers unexpectedly, I don't know, you might even know him by chance. He was in auto body for years. Less than a year ago, maybe almost a year ago, probably less than a year ago, unexpectedly just passed of a brain aneurysm.
Who
Keith
was he?
Smith, Kevin Smith.
No, where did he work at?
He used to work for years. He worked up there on 925 at a shop up there.
Mike's Auto Body?
What's that? It was just an auto body shop. It wasn't one of the dealerships up there.
Yeah, on 925, you got a couple on Waldorf Auto. You got Mike's Auto Body, which went to Service King, which is now Crash Champion.
Is that the one on the left, maybe? Was it a place on the left of 925?
Which direction?
Going from 5 towards police barracks.
Where's the police barracks? I mean, the police barracks now are on Leonardtown Road.
Oh.
Police barracks.
He don't come up here.
Yeah, I stay the hell out of there. I don't go up that way anyway.
Opposite from Walmart.
Wall's Bakery. You know where Wall's Bakery is?
Yeah. No, I'm saying the body shop, was it on the same side on 925 as Walmart, or was it the opposite the road?
Walmart. Same side as Walmart, I thought.
It would have probably been Mike's Auto Body.
Okay. That sounded familiar when you said that, but I'm not 100% positive of it.
I know him, or I don't recall his name whatsoever.
Yeah. He was there for years.
I recognize him.
Yeah. His brother was a mechanic, which is my brother-in-law, Keith. And Kevin was he was the auto body guy. As a matter of fact, I just saw his 5.0 that he had all the jams cut in before he passed away. It was undercover over my brother-in-law's place about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So
Wow. Okay. There was brothers, Keith and Jeff.
Keith and Kevin were brothers. Yeah, and Kirk. They also were into softball, big-time softball players.
Oh.
But Kirk was their other brother. But Kirk Smecko, he was never really that I know of. What's up, Sheena? Kirk was never into the automotive stuff at all.
Sheena.
My
Neighbor.
No, Sheena.
Ah, you good looking thing, you.
They work.
I haven't seen Sheena in a while.
Trina in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, if she was in here, she would.
It's going to be a shoe flying in there pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Sheena
right.
looks like Cyndi Lauper to me.
Yeah, she does. She does resemble her, and I just
Yeah,
said
she
that.
does.
She does. She's got the
So,
she's got something coming up. I think it's 3,000 sub live coming up next week.
I wanted to show them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they see.
okay, cool. Yeah, my
All right,
baby.
I'm up off your line. Just stop doing for a minute, man. I'm up the road.
Yeah, but we'll get with you. I like you.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna be doing a bunch of crab in the summer and
Soon,
crab too. So.
Okay.
I get my truck
But
fixed.
I'm gonna hop off.
All right, Jay.
All right, bud.
And we will hook up. Days around there. So,
Okay.
Person.
All right, man.
All right. We'll see you later.
Bye now.
I'll be in the chat.
Okay. Girls just want to have fun.
Oh, girls.
All these fish people coming here. My phone was going crazy. I hope I said hello to everybody. Gabriel, I caught him. I think he was the last one from the fish community that popped in. I caught Josh. Jody was here earlier. I said hello to her. Christina, I remember saying hello to her. Just make sure I say hello to the fish family people. My granddaughter just stopped by to visit us. So he has one of these. You ever seen those big square plastic? I don't know what you call the things. I'll call it a tote. It's not a tote, but they'll have like aluminum frame cage built around, and inside is a plastic container. They use them like on farms and stuff like that. Nancy B. Hey, Nancy. But Gabriel has one in his garage right now where he has like this half moon, like a piece of glass that you can look into, and another little window. Hold up, Jay. And another little window that his granddaughter, so he has fish and shrimp inside this big plastic container, and his granddaughter can go up and look into this little window to see the fish swimming around inside this. I don't know. It's probably a 300-gallon container sitting inside of there. That was pretty cool.
Hey, Lance.
Yes, sir.
Cousin had a question.
Amish with
The Amish folks, they have any laying hens that are already laying? Because about to build to.
One more time. All that was breaking up.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Last time I bought chickens, I bought them, they were already laying. So it takes 5.5 months to start laying. We were wondering if you could ask some of them guys, are they selling any birds that are already laying eggs?
I can check. You know, I don't work with the Amish every day like I used to anymore.
Oh, okay.
But I'll definitely, check. Matter of fact, I'll make myself a note of it.
Us a trip down there.
Yeah.
Get all of our pig feed and everything from the office.
Right.
But we were like I don't know, half dozen, 10 laying.
Okay. Yeah, I got laying hens. 6 of them, though, you said.
Yeah, about 6 of them. Yeah.
I made myself a note. I will check into that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Just hit Jay up and let him know.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, I'm back off.
All right, Jay.
All right, thanks.
Nancy B, how's it going? Almost slipped. We called her honey. I called Zen honey.
You call me, honey, we gonna fight.
I called Zen honey, and it slipped out, and I don't even know why. I think it's because I Zen, she's like the moderator, so if you don't hit that thumbs up, she's going to say something like, when are y'all going to hit the damn thumbs up or something like that? And
yeah,
I try to stay on Zen's good side, but Nancy, she'll crack you up. There's this one guy comes in there. She was in there the other night, and they were talking about fish eggs, and she brought up you can't get one of the guys in there, Scotty, says you can't get eggs from Scotty, and I just laughed my ass off. But,
Oh, me too.
Yeah, was calling me honey as well. I love people. What can I say? I love people.
All we got, man. We got people. We got Earth and we got people.
We can either all get along, or we can be the reason why this place is taking a spiral down the hill. So,
Yep.
you know, love each other, enjoy each other, and hopefully we can bring things back.
Absolutely.
I'll get off my soap wagon. Be right back. All right, Christine. She's another one. She was fishing koi out of her several ponds that she has, but she was netting, and she had a net that was probably looked like it was about 16, 20 inches across from side to side, trying to get these koi up out of that pond, but she did it.
So you're getting that rainbow fish, Lance? Is that?
I am.
Is that on its way, or how do you even transport fish? How do you ship fish?
Well, he had in the auction last night, he had a set amount. So I don't know if he's a 1 day or two. He only lives in Pennsylvania. He's actually close as hell to my sister and brother-in-law, but they're in Kentucky. They're in Kentucky right now.
But how do they get shipped? Just like in a bag?
Well, yeah, you can put them in a bag. They use like a sealer
Mm-hmm.
and vacuum seal the bags. I'm not sure how Dave Elfish does his, but he's shipped out a number of fish. So whatever he does, it's working for him. But yeah, they can be just in a regular bag, just really twist it really tight with a rubber band around the top, and fold it over, and a rubber band again, or they'll use a Ziploc. There's several different methods of it, but they'll put it in a box if they're shipping. Like right now, you know, if it's warm or cool out at all, like if it was back in the 20s and 30s, if you took the chance of shipping, they'll put like a 48-hour heat pack inside that box, and it'll keep the water warm for, up to 72, 78 degrees.
What about oxygen or breathing? I mean, what is it?
Well, again, in the bag, I mean, there's going to be oxygen in that bag.
Yeah.
What they'll also do, this guy that I just bought these angels from, I got a video coming up before long. Here you go. Nancy has answered some of the questions. But first time I ever seen this guy, he shipped the angels to me. He's like a Bulgarian breeder of angelfish. But he had this ammonia.
That's crazy.
Block that went into the bag. So if the fish were in there, I guess, too long, or they started shitting themselves or whatever, you know, a lot of waste that would bring up the ammonia, which is going to take the oxygen out of the water.
Yeah.
So but he had this little square in there that actually keeps the oxygen levels out. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Can't you put a little porta potty with the fish so it just poops in there?
I was gonna say, I bet when the fish get to you, they're hungry, man. They're ready to eat.
Well, actually, what they'll do is they'll actually fast the fish, so they're not putting a lot of waste in the bag during transit. But yeah, once you get them in your aquarium, and you sort of kind of get them settled in. I just set up another tank yesterday. You cannot get cardinals. I'm a tetrafish lover because they're the colors and the size of them. Mm-hmm. But I had been looking for cardinals for the longest time, and this guy said he could order me some cardinals. So I ordered 10 of them, and I just started that tank yesterday. But they'll take a little while to sort of like get acclimated, get used to things. So, so I put them in the tank yesterday. I had some prepared water. I know, Tim, they're great. I had some old water actually from that tank in the filter that I just took the koi out of. I put it into this other new filter, a brand new filter, the whole tank and everything. But I sort of seeded the filter so that it has bacteria in there now, and the fish will be fine. But so I did that, but I just fed them for the first time today.
Now, is the light on that on your tank off? Can't really tell.
The one behind me, it looks like it is, but
Yeah.
it's not. There's a lot of plants in there, and I use black for a background because I think it makes color the plants, the color of the fish pop out and everything. But I'm going to do videos on them and all. I'm still getting set up where I'm liking them, but I'm real happy with them. My Bulgarian angels, man, they're so awesome.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to get those Bozemantes from Dave. But I got they're just large pea gravel because they were koi, and koi are just dirty fish. And I knew they were going to be in here for months, so I put in a under gravel filter, and I put a real coarse gravel in it. So when they took a dump, it just was able to get through the gravel and get filtered out and go into another filter that's outside of the tank. But that's not the gravel I want for a nice looking tank. But,
Yeah.
so I'll take all that out.
And you got another one to your left?
Yeah, that's the one. That's a 75 gallon. It was just
Okay.
I just abandoned it. It's got 6 rosy minnows in there. I bought those minnows six months ago to start a tank. I wanted to start bacteria going in a tank. So I bought those 6 feeder minnows, and they lived. So now I got to find a home for them. What's Gabriel saying? I have 6 cardinals and 1 neon in my tank. I love the neons. I got green neons, black neons, blue neons, and now I got cardinals. I hope you Oh, you've been banned here yet? She's a cut up. I'm telling you, man. She'll get you laughing. She said that last night. For weeks now, I've known she's her and a couple other people pick on this guy called Scotty Fish Freak or something like that. But when she came out and she said you can't get eggs from Scotty, I'm glad I didn't have nothing in my mouth because I would have sprayed it all over the place. I lost it. I couldn't believe that. Funny as hell. So I went salt water like 6 months. Set up for fresh water. Gabriel, I was so close to doing salt water. There's a guy in the barbecue community. His job, unfortunately, has got him out of state for like almost 6 months.
I don't know who that is, Lance. What are you talking about?
But they have he's got tens of thousands of dollars in live coral and stuff in his saltwater tanks. And I talked to him and his wife, and I just don't think I want to get into all that. I don't have that kind of money, first off, to start buying all this roadie systems. And, it's just something else to learn, and I just don't want to worry about that stuff. But,
yeah, it sounds like it's kind of turns into a job, doesn't it?
well, I'm not going to say you don't have to love it, because you do, because it is a little bit of work. But Sal, I think I know you well enough to where I can say that, you take pride in what you do. You either do it right or you don't do it at all. So.
I think it's more, if there's a parallel, it's probably be the people who cook on offsets. It's a pain in the ass, but if they have to have some enjoyment or they're making money out of it,
Right.
because why do that and why not just cook it indoors? Why tend to a fire every hour and throw a bunch of money at it? And it has to be a little bit of passion.
Like this gentleman, he's the one that I bought those money from last night in that auction. Um, he sells fish, so I mean there is a hobby. I mean there is some money to make at it. Actually, this gentleman just went. Gabriel just I believe I don't see if he answered me or not earlier to this question, but I think he just went live for his first time, and I caught the tail end of it, but he's going legit all the way. He works a full-time job. That's why I asked him this evening. Man, he's going to have a lot of work on his hands, but he's going to be selling fish. Uh, but he's actually going through the process now in California to get his business license and everything. But Nancy, I think she stays busy enough. I don't know if I think she just has her tanks and raises them, does a little bit of breeding. I'm not sure she sells fish or not. I love Duck Dynasty. That's something I never really watched a whole lot of. Hey, Christine, welcome back. So, Sal, you said something. Welcome back, Christine. Lance was
What did I
talking
say?
about her getting those big fish. She had that big dip net. She's getting a fish out of her one pond. So she has first off, she has this huge pond in her front yard, like a irrigation type pond. But then she has another pond, and there's a bigger one right behind it, like a T almost. Well, she has like a runoff from the big pond that runs down and spills into the lower pond. I didn't see how it returned. She probably has a pump, how it returns back up to the upper level. But she had actually, when she got those big fish out of the lower ones to put in the top pond, she had a gate she had to close, so those big guys wouldn't come back down the falls and get back into the little tank. But it's fun. Do you have to love dealing with fish? Yes, you gotta love dealing with fish.
Yeah, it's
the water
learning.
changes. The water changes are probably the thing that are most consistent that you have to do. You should be doing every week, every other week at minimum. But even if you just do, I mean, you can take out a couple gallons of water and put a couple gallons of fresh water in a matter of minutes. But doing that kind of stuff weekly it's just a routine. You just got to do it. She's addicted to fish. She's got some big fish. Her ponds, some of the most beautiful ponds you ever see. Yeah, she's got some big fish. I actually thought the one pond was concrete, but she said it wasn't. I know something else, but can't remember if I'm supposed to open my mouth about it or not, Christine. There's something that you do. I'll leave that to her. So, Sal, you said you only be in for about an hour or something when we had the late start.
Yeah, I don't know how long are you gonna. How long is your plan to stay here?
Just go, Angie. Let's go on, Angie. I don't know. I mean, there's Tom. Let's go on, Tom.
Yeah.
I saw you in the chat earlier, Tom. We had some windstorms around here and lost our power about 10 minutes before I went live. Thank you for coming back, Tom. And anybody else that I missed earlier, thank you all for coming back in. But it's up to you, Sal. We're at 19. You got another 30 minutes in here, maybe?
Still got a good amount of beer left.
Okay.
I'm just debating whether I should grab another one or just keep it at this.
Well, I tell you what. I'm gonna make your decision for you because I'm gonna get one. Be my first.
Nice.
I want one.
Just getting a little head start on St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Drinking a little Guinness.
That tomorrow, St. Patrick.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So the background, I got a nice little Irish pub background.
Yeah, you sure do.
Got the Guinness in hand.
That's
I
right.
just need some green beer and I'll be set. Yeah, it was one of Annie's cousins. That's what he does. He hires somebody because they have salt water fish tanks, and they pay somebody to maintain it.
Take care of them for them.
Yeah, just because I think they used to lose a lot of fish back when you would kill them off.
They're expensive as hell. They're very expensive.
So now he says that if his fish are living now, so he spends less money now because on the person who takes care of them.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. So that's my snack bag of veggie sticks. You know how hard radishes are, don't you?
Damn.
It's just that salt. It's the only thing I can figure. I don't know.
No, it is a salt. Most definitely.
I'll still eat them, but what a disappointment.
Yeah. Put them in the hydrator.
The celery is one that is the worst.
Yeah, soggy celery.
Celery, yeah.
All them strands, the strings.
Why don't you just eat them raw?
They are raw.
Soup.
Well, I meant raw without the salt.
Oh, because I just getting creative. I'm gonna make these things taste a little bit better.
Yeah.
Put some SPG on them, and I ruined all 3 bags.
No, if you're gonna eat vegetables, Lance, you just gotta eat them the way they are. You're ruining the purpose of eating vegetables.
It's better than making a.
It's like I'm eating healthy now. I'm just gonna dip these vegetables in some chocolate.
Well, I don't do that.
And put them on top of some ice cream. That'll make me healthy.
I don't do that. But I don't. But I didn't want to use the ranch. But I figured, what's a little salt and pepper? That ain't nothing.
No, I like that. When I go to parties, they have these vegetable trays. And
I love those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just dip that in there.
I'm just there, just going, going crazy on those.
Man, carrots, celery, cucumbers, whatever.
Cauliflower, broccoli.
And usually right next to it, they'll have the cheeses and the crackers.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I love that.
I gotta get a beer too.
All right. Gabriel just makes it harder to catch him. I guess she's talking about the size of her tank for ponds. I know she was grateful she had that big net.
Why you don't just grab them with your hand?
The koi, you probably could if you were able to trap them or something like that.
Or would it bite you?
No, not a koi. Now, if you get a piranha, you might have a little. Might have a little conversation with the EMT when he gets there, but.
All right, Sal said cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forego the crackers. I got some there, but I'm just gonna
cheese. I'm all down with the cheese.
I'm just gonna do the extra sharp cheddar.
Yeah. All right.
Love it.
See, that's healthy. That's healthy there. Cheese is healthy.
First thing I want to do is proper fish and chips with salt and malt. Yeah. I do like the fish and chips too. But she used that word proper, so there's good ones and there's bad ones.
The only good fish and chip spot that I know of that's really, really good is up in the Bay Area. It's unfortunately 6 hours away. But I need to find a good place here in LA, because I know there has to be. LA's got everything. I just got to do a little research, find out.
I'm
Find
sure
it,
there is there. Yeah.
I've heard of this Irish pub that has really good fish and chip, but I think it's in Santa Monica. So I need to figure it out. What kind of fish do they use in the fish and chip? Is it like
Cod?
Is it cod?
Cod? I don't know. I'm guessing cod. Angie might know for sure, but I'm thinking it's cod, but I'm not positive of it.
Oh, yeah, it's cod. You're right.
Yep, cod.
The biggest thing is that batter they use. It's like that.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's not like a fish fry. It's a batter. You know.
Yeah.
It's really good. I've done them like that before. Loved it.
I buy that beer batter. So in the daggone store, the mom and pop grocery store,
Yeah,
it
it's the beer
closed up.
batter.
Yeah, it closed up about 2 years ago, and I went in there at the right time, and they had every box they had left on the shelf marked down, and I still got half of them sitting over there. It's great batter,
Yeah.
great batter.
Yeah, I've done beer batter. You just dip the fish in, it's wet, and you just let smoke drip off and throw it in the deep fryer, and it has that same texture and look as fish and chips. Like,
Yeah.
there used to be a chain that used to open up right next door to what was the name of that pizza joint? There used to be a Cedric's Fish and Chips, and right next door there'd be a pizza joint. I can't remember the name of the pizza joint, but there was multiple cities I'd go to that would have that next door to each other, almost like they were owned by the same people, you know? Yeah. Years
So
ago.
do I, Moose. So do I. I don't have no crackers though. A fish called Wanda is one of my favorites.
A Fish Called Wanda. I remember that.
I don't think I've heard of that movie. I've never actually seen it.
I remember it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it. Many years ago.
Yeah, Chris is close to Maureen. Well, I'd say that. Chris is New Hampshire also. Christine. They're still talking about movies. I thought she was talking about Maureen and Chris. We've got music playing.
Did you cook anything?
So Annie with the TV.
Annie, your music.
Sorry, Annie.
That's gonna get demonetized. You're gonna demonetize Lance here. Copyrighted music. For shame.
I was sitting there the other night just scrolling through YouTube, looking to see whatever, and I was going through my recommended. And anyway, this interview popped up with this one guy and a guy named Billy Strings. And so I clicked on it, and it was interesting. So after I watched that thing, it was over an hour long. Everything was being fed to me about Billy Strings. I've never heard of him, but he's a bluegrass guitarist. Man, that dude is awesome. And I just kept watching, and like every video that popped up. And one of them, it was him and Willie Nelson doing a song called California Sober. And if you ever get a chance, anybody listen to this, just Google or search on YouTube California Sober and listen to that. It's awesome music, man. His name is Billy Strings. I mean, of course, it's a fictional name, the strings part, but that guy can play a guitar. If you're into any kind of bluegrass type country or whatever, you'll like that. Just Google California Sober.
Or that Amish video you sent me the other night. I got a kick out of that one.
I did too. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I thought they were like, are straight up. Hell no, we're not, we're not going to touch marijuana. They're out there cultivating. not just are they cultivating, they're cultivating some good stuff, you know?
Yep, they're
Like,
growing.
my
They've got
goodness.
all this stuff named and everything. I mean, it really wouldn't. I mean, I'd be surprised, but not surprised because
Yeah,
if they can legally tap into something where they're going to make money, they're going to
yeah,
make their money, and it's doing what they already do. But there was a
yeah,
couple things in there, like I was telling you, where there was one of the examples they were showing where they were mixing. They were showing like the examples of the soil that they actually create themselves to grow this marijuana. Well,
yeah.
the one that was doing the mixing out of the container, they had a wedding band on their hand. Amish
Really?
don't do the wedding band things. There was a couple of that looked like they had fake beards. There was a lot
Oh,
of
I
them
see what you're
that
saying.
looked reals. But I mean, who knows? It could just been a little bit of actors, going
It
in
could
there.
have been.
But it
But I
really
tell you
wouldn't
what,
surprise.
that one photo they showed of that blue stuff that they were growing,
Yeah,
that real blue, and I mean, my God, that looked potent, man. That
yeah,
looked like,
yeah.
oh,
They had one was actually named after the Amish, wasn't it? Like Buggy Special or something like that. I
something like
can't.
that. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of freaked me out, though. I got to send Lance his link. I've never heard of that before, ever, you know?
I couldn't believe it. I was like, I went in because my wife gets up 2:15 in the morning herself, and I went in the house and I started. I said, Russ sent me a movie. It was about 3 o'clock when I went in the house. I said, start watching this damn movie. I said about this Amish growing marijuana, and
Yeah.
I was like, I said, I think it could be true, but I don't want to say that for sure.
Well,
But
they said
it
on
wouldn't
there
surprise
that
me.
most of them don't, but there's a,
Right.
we already know Amish, some of them will allow this and other ones won't allow that. It depends on which sect you're in or whatever. But this particular sect or whatever, and it's like you said on your reply, it's all natural.
Yeah.
God made it.
Right.
So why not? They don't
Right. And
partake
that's
of it. It's just a crop to them. And
right.
boy,
Well,
they growing it, man.
yeah. Well, that's what I was getting at though, because they were saying
Yeah.
that they say they don't partake in it, and but the same token, I know that's they like using natural stuff for
Right,
medicinal.
right.
So okay, so
Natural
Grandpa's
remedy.
got arthritis. You can't tell me he ain't sneaking in the old
Yeah.
outhouse back there every once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good for the arthritis.
I watched the whole movie when
I
it
don't
comes
know. It's the first thing came to my mind.
on CBD and a little bit of THC.
Or the
If you do it
glycomas.
just right, it's supposed to cure cancer. That's
Yeah,
So
they
who
had
knows,
some
man?
stuff on that.
I've never had no problem with it for the mere fact that it's all natural. I mean, yeah, man plays with it and stuff, but in its natural state, like they do, I don't see no problem with it. God said in the Bible, I give on to you every seed bearing plant,
Right.
every seed bearing plant. That's good enough for me.
I grow my own weed. Yeah, well, you fit right in with these Amish. You all see some of these plants these guys had. These buds that look like they're 1 foot long. They were
Oh my
definitely.
God, man, that was some beautiful stuff. I mean, I haven't, I used to years ago, but when I seen that bluish, greenish stuff, I'm like,
Yeah.
holy crap,
You're all
Yeah.
salivating now. You're like, oh man.
crazy.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go up to Maryland and check out Lance's friends.
Gotta go visit Lance. We should all go visit Lance.
good to all my Amish buddies.
Yeah.
Take a ride in a buggy. What's up? Clickety clack, clickety clack, clickety clack.
Yeah. They know what's going on.
Yeah.
Be like an old episode of Cheech and Chong over there.
Yeah. Someone said that in a live the other night. Dave's not here. Referring to the old Cheech and Chong movie. That was the best movie. Cop knocked on the door. Oh, Dave's not here, man.
Yeah. The Moose says it works. Helped my wife for years. Yeah, I believe there is a lot of medicinal benefits to that. It's just it's had such a bad rap throughout all the years. It's,
Try infuser meat. No,
but
I
anything
have
all
not.
natural. I'm not into chemicals and man-made crap, but if God created, yeah, I'm all about it.
If God created it, I'll smoke it. It should be on the shirt.
Yeah.
I have not, Tom, but I have seen guys eat a whole pack of brisket, and they couldn't find enough little W snacks when they got done.
Oh, for real.
Got my wife for years. My basement was a growing machine.
Yeah, buddy.
Mm. Guess I need this one. Oh my! Keep laughing. I'm gonna get a headache. Mm. That was a good live or good auction last night. I'd say there's a little bumps in it, but it was good overall.
Or
People
was
sold
that?
stuff.
Oh, alive.
Yeah, well, live fish oriented stuff, but
Okay.
a lot of people are selling stuff and made some money. I'm assuming, but just because God created it doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Touche, touche.
Chris will Chris will be back here in just a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. How you still out on weekend release?
What's up, Devil Dog?
What's up, Eddie? I want to start going my own. In the house.
I think he meant to say Eddie is in the house
Yeah, it is in the house. Yeah, he put a
instead
little.
of Eddie us in the house.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my brother and Lance, do you use the chimney starters with paper? Um, I used to use the chimney starters, Christine, but I used a tumbleweed product. You can get them from Walmart. Put them down underneath there. There's a guy that's in the barbecue community. He makes these things called
Fire cups.
fire cups, which is same difference as a tumbleweed, except he's going to tell you and a lot of others, and I won't say anything different because I don't have never done a comparison myself. But the fire cups he believes is a lot better, stronger, burns longer, bigger flame. But I use the tumbleweeds, but you can just use paper. But to be honest with you, I start using just the Weber Half Moon coal baskets, and they're just so much easier to start than a chimney of, to me anyway. I mean, instead of
Yeah.
starting a chimney and then having to dump it into here and hope everything hits it and doesn't bounce out, I just rather sooner start right in that little Half Moon coal basket, and once you get them going, there's no moving them. You just add to it if anything.
Yeah. Depends on what I'm doing. If I want a hot and fast, like something I need a good hot coal bed, I'll use my chimney. But if I'm gonna do a low and slow, I'll start that over on one corner of where all the charcoal is lined across, whether it be in a basket or just laid across in a snake or whatever. I'll light it on one end, let it slowly burn as it goes
Yeah,
around for that low and slow temp. Really depends on what I'm doing.
yeah. Well, what
Yeah.
Russ is also, and Sal does it himself. I've seen Sal do it. Real quick though, Eddie, if you're talking about Jeff's, we talked about that earlier. They've already shipped. I'm just waiting for them to come in. Um, so if you're going to use a chimney, it's best to, in my opinion, if I'm going to use a chimney, it's because I'm adding hot coals to an existing fire. I don't want to put cold, unlit coals on top of hot coals when I'm already cooking, because you're going to get that smoke from the coal that's trying to light. So if you want to use a chimney, in my opinion, after you already had the fire going, you're already cooking and you're running low, you know, have that chimney with some burning coals in it already. Just top off whatever you're using to cook with. That's
I've
my
had a
piece.
lot of people comment. I did a video, I don't know, 4 years ago around. It's when I did like a beginner series, and one of them was on the Weber kettle, and I was showing the snake method, how you light it on one end, let it slowly burn. And I've had not a whole lot of comments, probably about 4 or 5 throughout the duration of that video since it's been up, that said, well, isn't it bad when you're lighting raw coals? Doesn't that put off a bad smoke? I'm like, no, not if you start a snake, because by the time it ignites, it's already hot because
Yeah.
of the fire being adjacent to it. You're
Yeah.
not going to get an off-putting flavor.
Right.
But if you start from coal, like you're saying, yeah, you will get that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if you establish a good hot fire on one end of that, and
Mhm.
let it slowly burn around like a long burning wick,
Yeah.
Right.
then you ain't got no issues. I told them ultimately, I said, you just got to do it to see what I'm talking about. Just do it.
Right.
Do it.
And those,
And then end of conversation, you'll know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
As long as you're not using matchlight for
yeah,
your
yeah.
snake.
Don't use
Exactly.
don't use coal starter. But so
Yeah.
just like Russ just said, the coals are, even though they haven't lit yet, they're still in that vessel where the intense heat is. We're
Right.
not. That's different from
Yeah.
taking a paper bag and dumping fresh coals
Right.
into an existing
Then you
fire.
get all that suet and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Totally different.
Right.
But it took some people a minute to wrap their head around that. And ultimately I said, hey, dude, just trust me. Everybody does this. Everybody does it. Just do it. And, just do it. See for yourself. Do it just like I did in this video, and you'll see. You know?
Same difference as if you have a wood burning, what they call stick burner cooker. So a lot of people will keep their next piece of wood right beside the fire, on top of the firebox, already
Right.
getting warmed, already getting, warmed up to where if you put it on a fire, it's a faster ignite.
It ignites
So there's
very
less of
fast
that
when you
dirty
do
smoke.
that. Right.
Up
You're gonna
quicker.
have a few minutes of a heavy smoke, but that's it.
Mhm.
Then it's gonna level right back out,
Yeah.
and
But
you're never gonna taste it.
Christine, I don't have a video specific to how to light chimneys, but I know Sal does, and it sounds like Russ does also.
I light them with tumbleweeds. I'll put them tumbleweeds. I use 2 of them. I'll put them on the ground, on the dirt.
Yeah.
I'll light them. I'll put the chimney right on top of it. That will light my chimney.
Yeah.
Right.
All I do.
Yeah. I've got a dedicated chimney video coming up. It's my next video that I want to work on. But yeah, it for me it's start up a large chimney to just get the coal nice and hot right off the bat. You can sear hot and fast. If you want to cook low and slow, then put a couple of coals in the corner, light those up.
Right.
And
Exactly.
then pour in your fresh charcoal, let that sit for a little bit, let it heat up, let that bad smoke clear, give it 15 minutes, and then you're good the rest of the way.
Right. And you got all these unburnt ones.
Yeah.
That
and then
is going to eventually ignite.
Yeah, and then I reverse sear a lot, so that requires you to smoke the meat first, and then dump a crap ton of hot charcoal there. And I usually do that outside the kettle because the kettle is covered up, it's cooking, and then outside of the kettle, I'll start up a chimney full of the charcoal outside, over some bricks or whatever, and then light that up so that when it comes time to sear the steak, I'll just dump it in there and
right.
Yep. So
if you want to try fire cups, those fire starters right here is the link to that gentleman in the barbecue community. Actually, sells these, makes and sells them. That's his link
Yeah.
to fire cups. His name is I call him Anthony, but
Anthony. Yeah. You know, I've yet to try one of them. Anthony sent me a few things. He sent me T-shirts and stuff, but he's never sent me no fire cups just to try out. I'm like, so I still don't know what they're about.
I had a pack to try, but someone in the chat uh, weaseled them out of me, so I never got to use them.
Yeah, I think the fire cups, I think, at least for me, I feel like they're more, like you're lighting up like an offset, because you need those things to last a good minute for them to light
Yeah.
up your wood.
Yeah.
For a standard chimney, I've, being honest with you, I've been going the cheap route of just getting a paper towel, putting some oil in it, putting it under
Yes,
the
I was
chimney.
going to say you can take some spray oil,
Yeah,
whether it's newspaper, paper towels,
Yeah.
whatever, spray it,
because
put it under there, it does the same thing.
those damn starters are just so expensive now. I
Yeah.
remember there used to be, I used to get them on sale for like $2, $3 for the whole pack. Last
Yeah.
time I went there, they're like $8 for that. I'm just like, this
Yeah.
is just this is ridiculous.
I've got some tumbleweed. I got a box full of them, but
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, to have a barbecue channel, I really haven't used so much.
Right.
But see that new offset I got, it's got gas assist.
Yeah.
And I can light the logs with gas. Let it run for about 20 minutes,
Yeah.
turn it off. They're blazing, man. They're
Right.
going. The
Yeah.
pit's warmed up. I love that.
The cool thing that I've seen recently was the match light went on sale, I think, on Walmart. They had like a whole small little bag of match light charcoal for, I think it was like $1 or $2 or something a bag. And somebody says that I don't use these for low and slow, but I use them to start my chimney. And I thought that's a pretty clever way of just, because that's way cheaper than buying the starters. You take 5 of them to start
probably
up your
is.
coals.
Well, the way I used
that's
to start
smart.
my LSG offset, which Derek now owns,
Yeah.
I always use a chimney of charcoal. That's how I lit the logs,
Yeah.
which is a good way because there's plenty of heat to really get that fire established. But now that I got this offset, that he's got that one over there, the gas really works well. You can get it established in no time. And you ain't got to worry about it. It's just like, just let it go until you see it making coals of its own, and then put a little bit more wood in there, and you're off to the races at that point.
Right.
But
Christine, so a little bit of ash is not going to hurt you, but I obviously you're trying not to get the ash to blow around. Just slowly put them in. What I'd even suggest is if you have like some tongs, some, not the ones with their plastic tips on them, but all metal tong. Maybe just drop them in. Lightly, slowly. But if you're offsetting when you're cooking, in other words, if your coals are over here and your meat's over here cooking, you should be able to get some coals in there without stirring up enough ashes to get it on your meat. If you're cooking your meat right on top of your coals, depending on what you're doing, if you're trying to get a sear, you might be cooking a little too fast. You might want to move your meat away a little bit to slow it down some. But if you're ready and you just want to get that crispy sear on a steak, then yes, by all means, go on top of the coals. But if you're just starting to cook, and it's just a raw chunk of meat, move it off to the side, let it cook a little slower. Again, my 2 cents. We got the wind, Angie, but we didn't get any rain out of that. We lost power for a little while. Right before I went to go live, it knocked all of our power out, but everything's up and going.
I tell you what, that was some bad storms. Luckily, most of it was north of me, about 3 or 4 hours north of me, if you were driving. And all we got, if you looked on the map, the radar, you seen all that bad weather. We were like that little tail section at the very end that stretched into the Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of America. And that's all we got, little tail there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Eddie. He didn't say anything. He just sent me an email, so I assumed that it was for that April meetup, but I wanted to ask for sure. Demoose, so do you want to speak out here, son? He recently, just yesterday, went from tumbleweeds to fire cups.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
did
Nice.
you?
I just order them off of Amazon when I get low.
Yeah.
But I've got a box right here beside me, and these are actually lighter strips off of pine
Mm.
trees,
Yeah.
and I'll use them from time to time. But I'm real picky what I put them in. I don't mind putting them on Weber and stuff, but you don't want to burn pine too much in a like an offset.
Yeah.
You just don't. You definitely
No,
don't
yeah.
want to. You want it to be completely burned out when you start cooking because that's no different using lighter fluid. You don't want that
Yeah.
residual flavor or taste.
Yeah.
Christine, if or Uncle Steve, if you're still in here, thank you for popping in. But Christine, if you want to try some good seasonings, try Uncle Steve's shake. You'll be very happy. Low salt. I think you really enjoy them. Um, and in the comments, if you put Sleeper Barbecue in there, he will throw a little extra in there for you free. So, but I highly recommend his product. Good stuff. Very good.
Hey, Steven, they still have them.
Yeah,
I
they
bought
are.
I bought two of them, and they don't last long. It's the only problem with them. They rust out real quick, and
Yeah.
I don't have one now. I have a Chud chimney that I
Okay.
ordered off Chud's
Yeah.
website.
Yeah.
But prior to Chud's chimney, I had two of those that you just grab the handle and you push or you pull, and all the coals come out the bottom.
Yeah.
Those work good, but
Yeah.
they're too thin. They don't last long, but they still got them.
Yeah. I've seen them. I've seen a couple of guys use those. I
Yeah,
never
I
had
like
one of
them.
those.
I like
Um.
them. They
Yeah.
just don't
Those.
last long. I
Yeah.
reckon I always leave my stuff outside like that. It's
Yeah.
weathered. It don't last long. But if I kept it in the garage or something, it'd probably last way longer.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
El Barrio, it's going, buddy.
That one I
Yeah.
got from
Way
Chud's
behind.
website, it's a heavier gauge still. It'll eventually rust out, but
Yeah.
it's nowhere close to it.
And I think Fire Cups wasn't he selling a just a heavy duty chimney too? I think he
I was
was
just,
selling.
yeah, I was going to say that when Russ
He,
got finished here. Fire
yeah.
Cups made one that was heavy. He even had a little attachment where you
You put a
for
grate on it,
small
right?
cooks, yeah, for small cooks, if you want to do a hamburger for yourself or something,
Yeah.
it came with a grate so that you could actually cook on that cold
Yeah.
chimney. A real quick little meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The only
remember.
problem with that Chud's chimney I got, I mean, it's well built and everything, but he does not have a cool touch handle, the little spirally handle.
Mm,
And that joker, when you grab it, you better have some welding gloves on because it is some kind of hot.
All
yeah.
right.
Even though he's got a deflector there in front of the handle, it's hot. You
Yeah.
cannot grab it with a bare hand. No way.
Yeah. That's a good thing about the Weber chimney. I've never had it be too hot. The only time I will say
Right.
that it gets too hot is when I use lump on there.
Yeah.
I'll usually have to
Weber
put
chimneys,
on a
they're
yeah,
great. They're great.
yeah,
That's all I used for a long time until it finally
yeah,
deteriorated. And
yeah,
that's when I think I got those other ones.
yeah,
But it depends. I don't use a chimney every time either. It just depends on what I'm doing. Like
yeah,
Lance says, I'll start it right there in a
yeah,
corner. Like if I'm doing low and slow, there is no chimney involved.
yeah,
I'll light him
yeah,
with a tumbleweed right there in the corner of a basket, like
yeah.
the S&S.
Hmm.
What is it called? S&S?
The insert,
Yeah, the
oh, there,
basket.
tumbleweeds right there.
Yeah,
You got
there
a
you go.
value pack there. Nice.
Frontier. I've ordered that same brand before. Work good.
I like them. The only thing that I will say about these, because my wife found at the end of season sale last year, and she bought up a bunch of boxes of them. But if they sit around for a long, long time,
Yeah.
just sort of like it wants to start to unravel a little bit. It doesn't stay
Yeah.
quite as tight, but it
Yeah.
still works fine.
Yeah, they got paraffin in there. You know, that's what makes it burn so long.
They make great snacks too, Lance. Just put a little bit of salt in it.
So jalapeno jelly, and you're good to go.
You can eat them with your carrots.
Catch back up.
Are gas grills frowned upon in your world, Lance?
No, I
They
mean,
have a place.
They do have a place, and I'll tell you a story. I mean, I have a gas grill. It still looks brand new 6 years later. It's still covered up. Used it maybe twice. I don't like using gas grills only for one reason. Well, more than one reason, but the one main reason is that I just enjoy the fire management part of cooking something. You know, I enjoy adding, you know, the piece of flavored wood that's going to get that smoke on the meat. That's just going to give you that little different taste to it. You know, that
or even if you're doing burgers over charcoal only with no wood, to me that tastes better than gas grill. It just does. You know,
it's just that fat coming down on the coals, and then just it comes back and just gives it.
Fusing back into it. It's so much better than gas.
Yeah,
but they do have a place. You know.
Yeah, I mean, they had a place on my last video. I had to cook down the base for a chili. I could do that I've done it on a charcoal grill before, but fired up that gas grill. I didn't want to do it in the kitchen either. I'm outside. You know why? It was a good little instance of you need to cook some onion down. Just do it on your gas grill. You know, and
that's right. Exactly.
And I think there is.
I used to want one of them so bad. They probably still make them. It's like that pancake batter releaser. You squeeze the handle and you got that perfect shot of pancake batter. So you make those silver dollar pancakes.
Yeah.
But this right here is the one for the chimney, the coals. Same principle. You squeeze the handle on the lit coals would drop out from the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. I had two of those. I bought them at the same time, wore one out, and then I started using the second one. I love those. Just put it over and hit the trigger, and boom.
Yeah. I will say the other thing too about the ash. I know there was a concern about when you're dumping it, whether it's going to be ash on your food. The other thing to keep in mind too, it depends on the charcoal. I think there's a lot of these charcoals that are it's a lot of filler, and I noticed that those have a lot more ash than something like lump.
Yeah,
I
normally have my fire established and everything calmed down before my meat ever goes on. First off, but if you do eat ash, there is nothing no more sanitary.
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt you if you happen to eat a little bit, but. I have cooked steaks. I actually got a video on my channel that dates way back. It's called Caveman Steaks, where you cook them on the charcoal.
Yeah,
when you flip it over, you got to scrape the ash off of it.
Yeah, it just
brushes the best off. Steaks I ever had, man. Yeah,
because you're cooking like that fire, like we're talking about the fat falling. It's just it's
right.
It's
right there. It's so intense.
It's absorbing all of and plus
lump. You think you'd burn it up, but really when that cold meat goes down, it cools them coals off a little bit there under.
It cuts a little of the oxygen too. That
right. But that's some fine eating steaks.
Yeah. But if you were to do that though, anybody in the chat, if you're going to do that,
ash off of, and you're not going to get it all. Also, you're eating ash too, and absolutely is not going to hurt you. It's completely sanitary. I mean, my God, it's ash. There's nothing more sanitary. You know?
So, Aquaman. Is that about body out?
Yeah, just make sure that you do use lump charcoal for that, because if you try to use charcoal briquettes, you're getting a lot of
lump charcoal. That's the way to go. Exactly right.
Well, Jorge 805, he actually did a video on that. Mm-hmm. He did. I think it was either tri-tip maybe.
Yeah.
At the end of the cook, he wanted to char them, and he dropped them on his coal.
Yeah.
And his kettle to get a sear on them.
I think it's cool. Like just the idea that you're out in the middle of nowhere, you build a little, dig a little hole, you build a fire, and then you're just cooking you're cooking your meat on top of on top of your embers. I think there's just
Yeah.
something just amazing about that,
Yeah, it is. It's very, very rustic. It's very, I reckon rustic's the only word I can come up with, but
Yeah, well,
yeah,
you
it
actually
tastes
have
good too. That's the good thing.
you actually have a video series on that, starting off from open fires, or that fire ring and everything that you got when you put in the ground or something. You
Yeah.
have open fire cook that went on to the next level. Let me finish this question here with Gabriel. Gabriel, I don't frown on gas grills, and I'll tell you the same story I tell a lot of people. I got a guy was selling a Kamado cooker. Kamado cooker is like one of those ceramic green eggs. This one is not a green egg, but it's the same principle. He told me that he loved the way it cooked, but it took just too long. That when he wants to come home and cook out steaks, hamburgers, or whatever for the family, he wants to fire up his gas grill. They're eating 20, 30 minutes later. When you have something you're lighting coals up into, or wood splits or something, I mean, you're probably not even getting that thing up to heat, the temperature to start cooking until like 30, 40 minutes later. So
At least, yeah.
he already had his food cooked. His family was down at the table, and they were already eating. So they have their place. I personally don't care to use them.
Something else about gas, if you want to really get down to the dollars, it's more economical than buying charcoal and wood combination. It just is. Gas is cheaper, They
You
ain't
get
never
wrong.
stopped me though. I just go for it.
I did NBL. I tried it on the celery sticks first, and it wasn't good on the celery stick. I think that just the celery flavor and the gator shape just didn't combine right. But the SPG, that just did. I wanted to do the McRib on it, but I had already had the SPG on there. I was like, I don't want to, At that time, I didn't know I was going to ruin them, but I was afraid to put too many flavors on them because I wanted to still, be eating the vegetable sticks.
Yeah.
So, big time chili. I'm not a fan of that. I'm sorry, Sal. I respect you. I love you. I'm not a fan of that cook. Not just your cook.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of that cook. That big old chunk of meat that's constantly dripping fat into the juices of my chili.
Yeah.
That's what I can't get past. That's what I can't.
I mean, I scoop. That's fair. I scoop a lot of it off.
Yeah.
Because I agree. It's too much, especially because I use half short rib on there, so the fat definitely came down. I scooped a lot of it off, and it was, I think, getting past that, which is a easy enough solution to just remove it.
Yeah.
Which is, I got a comment on there saying, I forgot who said it was. They saw my video. It's like, you're the first guy that I've seen people scoop the fat off. And I'm like, you had to, like, because that was just too much,
Yeah, there's no
so
way.
maybe some of these guys don't scoop it off, because I feel like it was just too much. You could see it.
Yeah.
But after that, it was incredible. Like my wife doesn't like chili, and she went for seconds on that. Like, she really, really enjoyed it, and that to me just says it all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then just the idea that, because I already love putting like just leftover barbecue meat into your chili. There's just, like a leftover brisket in there, and just let it just get super soft. That's always been good, but it's just something about just having it just be done all at once. It's just, it worked for me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. I would say
Yeah.
Mama always said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing nice at all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I appreciate you, Lance. I think it's one of those things where it's, there's just there's so many cooks out there. There's so many things to do, so many things to try. We all have, our particular things that we like, things we're like, oh, I'm never going to do that. That's off. And it's okay. It's completely fine.
Yeah.
We don't have
No,
to, like that lengua, the tongue, cow tongue is another one, right? That you're just like, ugh. People are just like, I don't know. But to me, those tongue tacos are some of the best tacos. Like,
well,
I
I
don't care
will
what
say
anybody says.
your cook of the cow tongue
Yeah.
was by far so much better than mine. But in my defense, it was the
Yeah.
first time I ever had a damn cow tongue in my hand, and I'm like, what the shit am I supposed to do with this thing?
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
couldn't get past that prickly feeling on that
No
tongue.
one
It's like,
can, and it's weird. I have to look at it from people's perspective, and yeah, you have the tongue, and then it's like what the hell, like,
I mean,
and then you have to peel the skin off. It's just
you could
weird.
comb your hair with that tongue. It's so
Yeah.
prickly. I mean, you could.
Yeah, but it's
But
just it's
a question
so
for
good,
you, Sal.
Yeah.
There's a question for you from Steven.
I like beef cheeks better than tongue, but I'll eat either one.
So
Yeah.
I answered it. I've
Oh,
had
I'm
the
sorry.
yeah,
sorry.
I had the. I could say it on the live. I've had the SNS kettles for 2 years now, and it's great. There's no rust issues. There's nothing like breaking down. Everything is really good. And then the master kettle that I got last year it's you could see it in my almost every video now that I make. I've been heavily using that. I will have a review because I never did a review on that. I wanted to give it, maybe 6 months of just solid cooking, and then just to give it an opinion. I didn't want to be the first one to release a review video on that grill, but
Which
it'll
grill?
the master kettle, the SNS master kettle. It's the one with the table, the little.
Oh, I didn't know they had that. I
Yeah.
used to work with them, and I haven't. Are you working with them now, or?
Yeah, I have a work. Yeah, I should put that as a disclaimer, right? I
No,
do have
I
a
used to
working.
work with them. It was me and Ricer and Greg
Yeah.
with Ballistic Barbecue. Mike, I think
Yeah.
Mike still does a little bit of content for them.
Yeah. So
But
full disclosure before
They gave us the knife, man. They cut us loose.
before I
Too
say
old,
anything,
right?
I do have a working relationship with SNS Grills. They did give me those 2 grills. I have made 3 videos for them on their site, but
Yeah.
the time you do see it appear on my page, it's not I'm not being paid by them. I really love their products.
Oh, they're not paying you?
For the stuff that I put on my channel.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah. So for the stuff that I put on their channel, yeah, it's
Okay.
paid,
All right.
paid collaboration.
They pay good, or they used to.
Yeah. And what I was going to say on that. But yeah, so far everything's good. No complaints on both of those grills. They're doing a good job.
What did they do? One with a table, kind of like, what do they call it?
Like
Weber
little-
Performer?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's got a little cart you could push around and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah, I actually prefer that over the other one too, because it feels like the table's finally like large enough where you could do everything on it. You could do all your prep work on it.
Well, I can
Now-
honestly say, after cooking on the S&S kettles, I've owned 2 of them.
Yeah.
Owned, as in past tense, but
Yeah.
both of them were really good grills. I liked them better than the Weber's, and
Yeah.
man, I had the gasket with one of them, and the second
Okay.
one I got didn't come with a gasket. But
Mhm.
man, you talking about holding? I've never had a Weber be able to hold temps like I could do on that S&S. I mean, you could dial it in like a Kamado, really.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap.
Yeah, they're great grills, and it's one of those things where I've used the SNS insert even before I started making content for them. So
Yeah.
I bought it pretty early on. Maybe they were on their second year, because I think they just got 10 years of. They just celebrated their 10-year anniversary since the company
Yeah.
was built. And I remember being one of the earlier ones that bought the insert for the Weber kettle, and that thing, I you know, even before I had a channel, I would tell people like this thing is legit. You
When
know?
S&S started, all
Yeah.
they started with before they built grills and all was just that basket,
Yeah.
the slow and sear.
Yeah.
And I was the very first channel on YouTube to actually do a video with that.
Nice.
Now that is a straw in my head. I can say that.
Yeah.
Dave Parrish reached out to me. This is back when my channel was rocking, you know.
Yeah.
And he sent me one, and I told him, I said, "Man, I got another guy that has got a product very similar to yours, and I've already told him I'd do a video with it." He goes, "Well, I'm gonna send you one anyway," and here I am with both of them. Well,
Yeah.
the first guy that sent something very similar, I tried it, and that water trough leaked.
Yeah.
It leaked, and I'm sitting there taking video with my phone so I could email it to the guy. I said, "Hey, dude, your little reservoir is leaking." So I shut the video off, or his video. I went in there and grabbed the one Dave sent me, the very first one he come out with. It had the water trough in the basket. And I did a video on it, and that was it. After that, and that other guy was like, "Man, I don't know. We just opened every box in our warehouse and water checked them. None of them was leaking." I said, "Dude, you're seeing the video. I promise you, there's a hole in it." I said, "I can fix it, but I'm not going to support you if you got leaking, you know, out of the box." And I didn't. So that's how I got hooked up with Dave Parrish. He's been in my house before. I got a video on my website. It's called oh shit. It was a cold grate method on a steak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what did I name that? Dave said something that day we was shooting at, and he called a steak Nirvana.
Okay.
And I named that video Steak Nirvana. It freaking got 80,000 views the first week. I'm like, heck yeah, you know. And but that was right here in my backyard. You know, that's probably been 7, 8 years ago. It's been a while.
That's around the same time that I bought that insert, and you know, so it was kind of a very easy transition for me because the kettle performs a lot like the Weber. I already knew how to use the S&S insert, like just, you know, I've been using it for so many years.
Yeah,
it was just a very natural thing. It makes sense, you know, if you're a fan of the products, why you would get that kettle over the Weber. But to me, it's always been about there are things. I wish Weber did those things that the S&S kettle does, you know, like just the built-in side table itself, and just having the thermometer on the right side, just little things like that. I don't understand why Weber is just, they don't do it. Maybe they just comfortable, they don't need to do it, so they're happy with what they have, which is respectable. But I think if they were to just pay attention to those Facebook forums of people complaining and people, you know, the things that people want, there wouldn't have been room for S&S kettle.
Yeah. You know, I guess maybe Weber says, you know, we're not going to be a follower. We don't want anybody to start claiming that we're copycats. I do think that smoke hole, I do think that probe hole was excellent addition to the kettle cookers. I really do like those two things. Have I cooked without them on the Weber kettle with no issues? Yeah, I had no issues, but yeah, I think that was.
That's the other thing too. It's like you could drill a hole in it and do the exact same thing. It's not that difficult, you know. But that's what made it so weird that they don't do it, you know. Because if I were to put a drill in there and make a hole, then that there goes my warranty, you know. And that to me is enough reason not to drill holes into my kettle, because that 10-year warranty that Weber provides, that thing is amazing. I've seen people, you know. You might want to edit this out, Lance, but I've seen people buy used kettles on the marketplace, and then this lid is a little dented. I'm just gonna go to Weber, check out their warranty, and then they get a full new lid for their, you know, used kettle that they got on the marketplace.
You know what amazes me is I know that Weber knows who S&S Grills is by
Yeah.
now. They got to know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they have seen how they have tweaked that kettle to where it's more functional than what Weber's ever done.
Yeah.
But yet Weber never changes,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you it hasn't hurt their sales because they're
No,
that big and have been around that long. You know, and,
no, I don't.
and you can cook successfully on a Weber. I'll be the first one to say it.
Yeah.
I recommend that grill. If somebody
Yeah.
wants is just getting into this, get a Weber.
Yeah.
It'll do everything. You know,
Absolutely. That's like, and it's, I always
but
tell people why, because a lot of people think Webers are expensive, and I'm thinking no, they're
no, the
even
first
even
Weber I
now.
had was $99, and that was the Gold Series
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
pan, or
Yeah.
not the pan. That was the silver, where you had, you know what I'm saying, a little pan where everything fell down. And I had
Yeah.
the catch bucket.
Yeah.
That was $99. Now the last time I looked, they're like 156 or
Yeah. They
something
they
like
they
that.
went up. Maybe in the last 2 years they went up, and but still, that's still, even if you're to get the one that I always recommend is the Performer, the one with the
Yeah,
ash basket. I always recommend that to people who are trying to buy another Weber, because it's right in the middle. It's a step above the one without it,
right,
and it's still maybe two. It used to be close to $200. It's probably a little bit over that now, $200.
right,
But $200 for a grill, that's the least that you're going to be spending on that, because all the cooking you're going to be doing on it, all the expensive needs that you're going to buy, all the charcoal. The kettle doesn't really, it doesn't amount to anything at that point. The price point.
right. One thing for certain, Weber has stood the test of time since the 50s, I think.
Yeah.
And here we are, 2025, and they will continue to survive. Where, like,
Yeah.
S&S is owned by Dave Parrish,
Yeah.
and unless he goes public and it becomes a major corporation, when Dave dies, it's going to die. Is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. Weber is
Right.
going to still be out there rocking
Yeah. Yeah.
because,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, that accounts for a little bit, I reckon. But
Yeah. And
but
then, like I said,
Dave still has a better product. I will say that he does.
yeah,
It's a better kettle.
it'd be an interesting, see what happens in another 10 years. It's always interesting to,
Yeah, it is.
the
I mean,
design,
I would
you know,
like to see him get big enough to go public and keep it alive.
yeah,
If he could do that, then yeah, he could actually compete with big brands like Weber, But
yeah,
it's definitely a better product. I'll tell anybody that. And I'm saying it because I believe it, because I've cooked on enough of them to know.
yeah,
I did videos for them for what, 2 years. I
yeah,
cooked on them prior to that. I never cooked on them after that because I was pissed off, but that's all right.
yeah. It's an interesting thing. I've said this before on the live. Since I got the S&S kettle, I have no need for my Weber 22, and I was getting ready to sell it and or give it away. And then my wife was like, "No, don't get rid of that." And when your wife says don't get rid of a grill, that's a big
My
thing.
wife does that. See,
So I said, "Okay, I'll keep it."
I have plans to get rid of every smoker I own other than that old hickory. I was
Yeah.
gonna clear house once
Yeah.
I'm able. Yeah, I'm working on it. And she was telling somebody, said, yeah, the only grill that ain't gonna leave here is gonna be that Lone Star Grills he just got. Like, crap, I gotta keep that too.
Yeah.
That's that new one. What's it called? Hell, I don't
El
forgot.
Padre, El Padre,
El Patron.
El Patron.
It's a fun grill, but man, that old hickory I freaking love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I
going to be
love
any
that
of them.
it spits flat top. The more I use it, the more I love it, And I already told my younger son I'll give it to him, but kind of hate to part with it in a way. I was telling Terrain, I said, this is a damn good grill for just, it is. I love that grill.
Yeah.
But the El Patron is very similar. Plus, you can raise and lower the grate just like I can on the flat top. Plus, it has a rotisserie. So it's smaller, though. The grate is smaller. It's not as open as that Pits and Spits,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with all these.
But it
This is
looks like I'll be
technology.
hanging on to that one. Lone Star Grills and the Old Hickory. That's what I'm gonna get down to, but I still got some to get rid of as this channel dwindles down throughout the year. You know.
And do you still have a Weber though, Russ?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife cooks on it quite often, actually.
That's what I was gonna say. That no matter what, this is what I'm learning just from people, and I'm not just talking about us. Because we're gonna own 3 or 4 grills. We're gonna make videos or whatever. I'm talking about just a normal person who has an offset. That's just gonna cook on it for their family. I'd imagine they also have a Weber in there somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta have a Weber. Matter of fact, if you look at some of last year's sausage videos I did, where I had to take it out to a grill to grill it like fresh sausage, the Weber. It's the easiest setup, the quickest.
Yeah.
I got the red Weber that, where I got that Weber? I had a black one. And when Dave Parrish wanted to do that video, I said, I got a Weber, but man, this thing's pretty beat up. He goes, what color you want? This is the red one. So the grill got here before he did. I'm using the same Weber. Yeah, he bought and paid for it. Had it shipped here.
Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, because I was just thinking that even if I were to get an offset, I would still want just a normal kettle right by it, because I don't know. It seems like, for simple cooks, why would I fire off the big old offset? Maybe there's people that all they do.
Absolutely.
Maybe there are people out there that all they do is just have an offset and just cook. That's all they cook on it. And
I hate to admit this, y'all watch my videos over the last going on 13 years, and I've showed a lot of different cookers and smokers throughout them years. A lot of them I liked, some of them I loved, but this freaking Old Hickory, my God, it's like y'all gonna have all these other ones. It's just like that, especially at my age, because it's gas driven. It don't have to be. You can use charcoal wood combination, but all I've ever done with it is gas with a log in there.
Yeah,
and that is the best tasting freaking barbecue I've ever done. Out of all the smokers I've owned, that is like a freaking well-known restaurant. It's that freaking good, and that pit ain't going nowhere. It's just like, holy crap. They're expensive though. Even residential models like mine, it's like $7,000 for that pit.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's why I've checked out, because if I'm gonna put down that money, I'm gonna start making money off of that.
But if you want, it's got the convenience of a pellet grill, because you just turn it where you want it, like you do in your oven.
Yeah.
Here comes this big old flame about this big, and it's hitting a log, and it gets that log burning. That log starts putting off heat and smoke, and that's really what's powering up the pit. And the gas will come on every now and then, just for like 3 or 4 seconds, come right back out, just to keep that log ignited. It's mainly being cooked by wood. I love it. It's like, man, I just can't say enough about it.
You're gonna probably go over there and cook on it after this live.
Man, it's like, holy crap. And Derek was there at my younger son. We had this big thing, where we cooked all this stuff. And he's like, don't forget, I want that Old Hickory. I said, well, you got to wait for me to die first. He's like, I know, but I want everybody else to know that belongs to me. I guess I need to get a will made up, to make sure he gets that Old Hickory.
Make sure no one goes in there and swoops on it. Make sure Lance doesn't go over there and just swoops on your grills.
Chris, make yourself some pasta, Chris.
Yeah. Well, I give him pits, and I give Chad, my other son, pits, and I sell pits I've owned in the past. And Derek's probably afraid I'm going to give that to the other brother. There's going to be a fight if I do that. I already told Chad, I said, Derek's getting the Old Hickory. I said, that's just, I'm going to tell you right
just
now.
put it on the will that's part of the thing, that just have them duke it out for the
Boy, y'all want me to die in a hurry.
Put it live on your channel, so everybody could see. That's the stipulation.
Thank you, Tim. Thanks, CV too.
All right, Lance. It's 7:00. It's time for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out. Go ahead and cut out here. I appreciate all y'all coming back up here after we couldn't go live. Russ, Sal, appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Had fun.
No problem.
A lot of fun.
And chat again, appreciate y'all. We're keeping good numbers. It means people are liking what we're doing, and it makes me happy that we're making people happy. So, Gabriel, thanks for coming in, buddy. It's your first live. Appreciate you, and glad you popped in.
Later, guys.
Andy, Chris, everybody. We'll see y'all. Troy B, we'll see y'all next week. Thanks again. I don't know what's going on with Simon. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with Simon yet. I know he had a guest today. So whether he's going to be up and about when it's live Tuesday, I don't know. Last Tuesday, it was like a 20-minute notice where I guess he felt up to it. Plus, he's been going through a lot of stuff too. So
was he live last Tuesday?
Yeah, he ended up going live just a few minutes before you went live. He sent me a text, so I didn't know what he was doing with the passing of his mother and everything. I didn't know.
I wasn't even expecting that. I wouldn't. I watch a lot of stuff other than YouTube, so I wasn't aware. But I'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, so he may be going live. I've texted with him probably half a dozen times or better this evening, and he hasn't said one way or the other yet. So
okay. Gotcha.
Then we got Des. We got Peaceful Des. She's over there. I guess I don't know. I keep wanting to call her preppers channels, but community. But she has a lot of preppers in her community. But Des will be going live Friday night, and you got Devil Dog and Eddie, which will be Saturday nights, I believe it is. So. Hopefully we'll see you all around. And and the other thing I want to say is barbecue community. I want to let you know that I have noticed that you have went over into these the fish tank fish people, their lives and that community, and barbecue people and popping into that, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
Yep, helping each other out. That's what it's about.
That's right.
All right,
we'll
guys.
see you all later.
Y'all
Chris, stop laughing at me.
Later, Sal. Later, Lance.
Later,
Later,
Russ.
chat.
Chris, you're going live. Have a good evening, please.